is the most amazing marketing rebel club out there because have 1 hour with me every month. Amazing price of, are you ready? 390 dirhams a month. Yes, we are. Hello. Oh, I've got my mom with me today. Welcome to live class today. I'm so excited that we are doing another live class on this very super warm, what is it today? 29th of July. Mom, why are you?
29th of July.
29th of July.
Yes.
Why are you moving? My mom does not stop still. She's not used to this. You're moving so much. You're driving me crazy. I hope that you are watching on Instagram. Maybe you are watching on YouTube. Let me just see here. Some people are asking me, boom. You are probably streaming on Instagram or you are on YouTube. We are live everywhere, honestly, right now. We're on LinkedIn Live, we're on Instagram Live, we are on YouTube Live, and then we are also on my website Live. So we are like everywhere. So hopefully I can reach as many of you rebels. I am wearing my Lewis Hamilton t-shirts because still we rise, and he is my husband, and I believe in manifesting. So and this is my Lucky Charm t-shirt. So let me know if you are watching. Can you leave some comments? Tell me hello. Where are you? Let me see on Instagram here. I see Angela. I see blah blah Cosmic, Danny, Natalia, Boscha Fisher on Instagram. I'm seeing you. I don't have my YouTube window. Angela, se tu fores ver no YouTube, tu vais ter as legendas. So today's class, let's get started because I'm really excited. Today's class is a super special one because I've actually decided to change the format because I just had a really shitty day yesterday. Yesterday was shitty. Yeah. Yesterday was not a happy day. And I will actually just share something that I wrote on my on my WhatsApp group. If you haven't joined my WhatsApp group, you really should. I think it's one of the best groups out there. Just lying. But seriously, our WhatsApp group, we're almost 300 rebels, and everybody on this group is so amazing. It's so supportive. You can share your things. You can ask questions. I share a lot of stuff. I overshare. And so today I wrote on my group because when you are on my WhatsApp group, I'm definitely a lot more like, I'm more intimate. I share more. I'm a lot present there. And I shared something today that some rebels said they also needed to hear that. So I'm going to say it to you guys in spirit of how shitty my day was yesterday. Don't ever question your value because someone handled you poorly. I'm going to say that again so you can like screenshot this. This could be clipped as a clip. Don't ever question your value just because someone handled you poorly. Okay, that's definitely my highlight of the day today and for this week. So, and I could go on a whole huge rant. Maybe I'll do that at some point. So today's class is how do we turn an idea, right, Mom?
Yes.
How how do we go from an idea into creating a plan, or what's even the next steps? Or a lot of you just sit there and like overthink an idea, or some of you have good problems, which is like, I have so many ideas. How do we go from having an idea into building something that's realistic, that is a real plan that matches your resources, your tools, your budgets, your self-awareness of your talents, which if I was to go on a rant here today, that would be my rant. We need to have self-awareness. Self-awareness is one of the biggest things to succeed. Last week, I was on the radio and Jen asked me this amazing, very poignant question. She said, Alex, do people need to have certain life skills or life skills to succeed, either in entrepreneurship or, in their careers? I said, absolutely. Because if you don't have the life skills, if you don't have the emotional maturity, if you don't have that, you are not going to know how to deal with humans, right? In whatever we're trying to do, we're going to have to deal with humans. So that brings us to self-awareness. So we all need to have the self-awareness to know what are my strengths so I can really double down. What are my weaknesses? What are my shortcomings so that I can go and get support, help, therapy, healing, so that then I can become a better person. So then I know how to regulate my feelings, process my emotions, know how to communicate and handle people with respect, with trust, with kindness. So now, today's class, how to go from an idea into a plan and how to put it out there. So guess what, rebels? I am not going to sit here and do a slide class for you. No, I'm going to do something way better, something that really is what I am very good at. And this is what I've been doing for 20 years. And that is answering your questions all around. What do I do when I have an idea? Because when I get to answer your questions, that's when things get sexy. That's when things get exciting. And I will teach you a class on another week. In fact, I'm having this idea to really make this a weekly show so that every week I do one of these lives. And I'm thinking of definitely calling it Instant Alex Live. Oh, what do we think about this? Let me know. Who is with me? Let me open my Instagram tab because I still don't have millions of screens in front of me. So I see Vespine, I see Vandari, I see Angela, I see Cosmic Lodestar. That is so cool. Thank you for joining. So also, I want to make sure that I tell everybody about my Young Rebel program. My Young Rebel program is in collaboration with Charlotte from Blah Blah. We are doing a Young Rebel incubator for entrepreneurs. This is so thrilling. It's so exciting. And it's going to kick off on the 23rd of August. So yes, there's still time. And there's 5 mini modules and they are all spread out across different Saturdays. So it makes the program really lightweight for people to, for these young kiddos to attend. So my Young Rebels, if you want all of the information, just go to my website, www.alexhousesocial.com/youngrebels, and you are going to see it. It's so incredible. All right, so let's kick off today's class. So why is my mom here? So you've sent me a ton of questions. All of these questions are very much around how to start something that you want. So we're going to I'm going to try and answer all of your questions. And this is how I will be teaching you along the way how to go from idea to executing. So Mom, fire up. What is our first question of the class?
Okay, so Barca is asking how to grow your sustainability, and what is the best business model around it?
Okay. I wonder if I can even plug Barca's questions in here. Let me see if I can do that. Okay. Barca, how to grow your sustainable community. How to grow your sustainable community, sustainability, and what is the best business model around it? So I'm guessing that this is a sustainability community. right? Around the topic and theme of sustainability. So how do I, oh, okay, I'm slow today. How do I sustainably grow the community? I'm guessing, right? How do I sustainably grow the community, right? How to grow your sustainable community. Anyway, we are going to grow a community and it is around sustainability. What is the best business model around it? Love this question. Okay, when it comes to community building, one thing that we have to understand is that our followers are not our community. So just because I have maybe, let's say, 3,000 followers on your Instagram or your YouTube, your follower count or even your database, that doesn't mean it's community. Community is about this. It's about being together, right? Being together either online or and in person. So one of the first things you want to think about, I want to create a community around the topic of sustainability because your brand and business is around sustainability. The first thing is, where will you put this community? And there's so many community platforms right now. There's a ton of them. You could think about Facebook groups, you could think about a WhatsApp group. Mighty Networks is one of my absolute favorites. I've built a lot of communities on Mighty Networks. So you want to think about where will it be best for you to have your community in terms of that space. And you really want to think about maybe where are you as well in the world. Certain countries love Facebook groups, like, WhatsApp groups are super popular in the UAE. So you want to think about where you are going to put them. And the next thing is about, how do you add value to this community? Why shall I join another community? Because there's so many communities out there. So you really want to think about, well, what's the purpose? What's the manifesto? What's my community about? How will I serve purpose and value of this community? Are you adding more content? Are you adding tips? Are you adding tutorials? Are you bringing in guests? Are you doing live classes? Are you doing meetups and get-togethers? Like, what's the actual purpose of this community, right? So that's something that you have to think about. Otherwise, it's going to fall flat and it's going to die. Keeping a community alive is actually really, really, really hard. But I actually really think that on the same page, it's really easy, because if you're crazy passionate about what your brand is about, you are going to have so many ideas on how to bring value to people. Now, on the topic of building community, and what I love about these questions is that these questions are for everybody as well. We are in an era of, obviously, look at where we are. Everything is AI and technology. So the more we are pushing towards this AI technology driven world where we are all in these little screens, and God forbid, is that really Alex, or am I like an AI model? If I was, for sure, my eyebrows would be way better and I would have my Botox done. That's another story. The more we're getting into this AI world, the more we are also craving this togetherness, being in touch with one another. So in real life, in-person community events are actually starting to uptake a lot more now, because people are craving human connection. We're getting so isolated with all of our phones and technology. So for anybody who wants to create a community, I want you to think about, yes, online, where will you group your groupies, your people? What's going to be the best platform? Second, what's the manifesto? What's the purpose? What value am I bringing to that community? What do I want my community to do? Can they contribute? Can they ask questions? Can they do things, right? When there's community, it's a give and take. It's not a dictatorship. So what do you want your community to also do and co-create with you and do with you? And then I want you to think about doing in-person as much as you can, having in-person pop-ups, meetups, go for walks, have dinners, go hang out at the beach, sit at a tree. I don't care. It doesn't have to cost money. It doesn't have to be a big thing. People want to be together, and you are going to be the leader of this community. So this was a great question. And let me see if there's anything more to add to it, people really need to see that you care. It needs to come from a genuine place. So, going back to my rant, self-awareness, have the self-awareness to know if you have the drive and the passion to build that community. And also, it doesn't have to be super rigid, the way you build your structure around it, but it can also be like on Monday, there's a specific thing that happens on Monday. Like on Thursdays, there's a specific topics you do on Thursdays, right? You could have some preset things that you put on your community. You can keep it super fluid. If you are on my Rebels WhatsApp group, you will see that it's super fluid, but it's very super active, right? So I hope that this really helped with anybody out there that is wanting to build a community. Okay, are we ready for our next question? Let me see who's watching us. Thank you for so many people that are watching on Instagram. I see Vishal, I see Edu, I see Makeup Touch, Andrea Zoya, Baze Boiji, Fabiraham, Shahar. Thank you guys. All right, what is our next question, Mom?
Well, Camila is asking, Alex, I'm struggling to decide if I quit my job to start my own business or start as a side hustle.
Oh, that dreaded feeling. Alex, I'm struggling to decide. Jamila is asking, Alex, I'm struggling to decide if I quit my job to start my own business or start as a side hustle. That is such a freaking good question. When do you know that it's time to quit that job and move into your full entrepreneurship passion? Or is it the hybrid model? Do you side hustle it? A lot of it is to do with two things, right? One is going to be the practical financial aspect. My mom is like, yeah, she's my CFO. The practical finance aspect. Can you stand on your own 2 feet? How much money have you saved? Because when you leap from having a salary, you're going to be hustling. So you really have to be practical. Are you going to have enough money saved? Are you living with your parents and you're going to live off them? Are you going to go crash at your boyfriends or whatever? And then you're going to so the practicality and the finance part is the first thing, because you can't just be in the clouds, quit your job, and then not have any money. Where are you going to sleep? How are you going to have your transport? So the finance aspect is the most important part. How quickly are you financially independent that you do have some money that can give you some, like an airbag for when you are taking that leap, so that you can really go all into your business? Which brings me to the side hustle. The side hustle is always such a healthy hybrid model, because you can dedicate as much of your time to your passion business project, and then you are still having that stability of that money coming in, but you are having the best of both worlds. You will have to be disciplined. Every single moment, every single minute, every single free time, you will have to dedicate to your side hustle. And the second thing is, what does your gut and feeling tell you, right? When I quit and I took the leap, I didn't have much money left. I had very little money left. I only really had my last salary, right? So if we look at what I did, I 100% knew that was going to be the right move for me. So I had 1 month's salary to get me through the next month. I had already secured a couple of clients, and I just took the leap because I had that fire in my belly that I knew it was the right move for me. So you have to also listen to that fire in your belly, and you have to really ask yourself, what is it that I really, really want to do? But also have some grounding, financial, practical thinking about, okay, do I have some money? Because there's no point quitting your job and then you're freaking homeless and you don't even have money to eat. Like, what's the point of that, right? So there you go. Next question.
Well, Peter is asking, how to build a business when so many people say that our products are expensive?
Oh, well, I want one of your fans.
I only have this one.
Don't we have 2 fans? Oh, it's hot, guys. It is a hot summer day. This is an amazing question. Oh, I like this. And now you're like, I want my phone back. This is very dramatic. I'm liking this. Peter is asking how to build a business when so many people say that our products are expensive. Hello? Who are the people? Which people? Who are they? Who cares? That's legit the answer. Like, who cares? Like, who are the people? How many people are in the planet? Can you ask ChatGPT?
A few million.
Okay, so there's like million.
Billion,
There
billion.
has to be
A
billion.
few billion, yeah.
Can someone ask on ChatGPT how many people are there in the world? So, who the fuck cares what these people are saying? Who are they? And is it like 3, 5? Even if it was 100 people, right? It doesn't fucking matter what some people,
8 billion people.
there's 8.062 people in the world. Who cares about what some people say that your product is expensive? Who cares? Are you doing it for them? Are you doing it for you? Okay, it's a bit of both because we have to understand our consumer, we have to understand markets. But if you believe in the price of your product, if you believe in your product, you are going to have to do 2 things. And then welcome to the world of entrepreneurship. You're going to have to be an extremely amazing, good marketeer. You are going to have to know how to create content, how to market, how to have great strategies. And you are going to have to, guess what? The one thing that nobody else has, that most people don't have, patience. Patience. Everybody wants everything now. This year, House of Social is going to be 10 years. It's taken me 10 years to get to so many of the things that I have today. So, how to build a business? So many people say that our product's expensive. Fuck the so many people. I would love to know because there's 8 billion people in the world. Second, if you believe in that price, and if you are an extremely amazing marketeer, you're going to have to get those skills, or you're going to have to hire people like me that are amazing that will help you. And then you add patience into it. And then you add building a lot of community, building a lot of love, building a lot of value. You can have a successful product, right? So there you go. There you have it. How to build business when so many will say that our products are expensive, by building your business because you believe in the products that you are selling, because you believe in those prices, and that you are going to be an amazing marketeer and you are going to have patience. And then guess what? You can have multiple products with different prices. You can have different price points. Like, hello, that's the beauty of marketing and sales and products. You could have a lower price point. You can have an entry point. You could have a honeymoon period. You can have a taster offer, right? That's strategy now, right? I have different offerings for my consultancy. You can just take 1 hour of my brain a month, and that's my lowest cost offering. And then you can have premium VIP packages with me. Okay, love that. I hope that helped Peter.
Okay, so now
I want the fan.
Okay.
It is hot, and we've closed all the windows because this street is so noisy.
Yeah. Okay, so Jennings says, I have many ideas. I wish I could tell you all.
She can. You can tell me all of your ideas. You just need to hire me to be your consultant.
Mhm. I think I've decided I'm going ahead with starting my own fashion brand.
Mm-hmm.
I have my own designs and I found a manufacturer. Now what, Alex?
Okay. Janina, I have many ideas. I wish I could tell you all. I think I've decided I'm going ahead with starting my own fashion brand, and I have my own designs, and I found a manufacturer. Now what, Alex? Oh, I love it. Well, I mean, if you are already having your designs, so, if you have a fashion brand, you're starting a fashion brand, that's already like really good that it's your designs, which means that you have that, you know, that artistic creative direction point of view. So you are creating it. So that already adds a very like unique spin to what you're doing, rather than going, and not that there's nothing wrong with that. You can go and buy clothes of suppliers that already have existing clothes. So the fact that you are the creator of this fashion brand and you are creating the designs, that's really cool. If I was launching a fashion brand right now, this is definitely how I would go about it. I would do capsule collections, because consumers right now, they crave so many new things. The trends are moving faster than ever, right? So I would think about having capsule collections with these really cool themes, or, you know, seasonalities with trends, or your creative direction of how you'd want each of that capsule collection to be. So that creates a sense of specialty, uniqueness, a sense of urgency. You know, we're looking at brands like Good American, or you look at brands like Skims, like they're always having like these new collections coming out. Obviously, you're a small business, you're not going to be able to compete with a fast fashion craze, because that's like humongous crazy machines. But you can actually do your own version of fast fashion if you want, if you're a small business. And that means that you will create smaller collections. They are limited, so that's going to drive a lot of the what's the word I'm looking for, like people are going to be drawn to that new collection because there's always something new. What's the new one? What's the new theme? What are the new patterns? What's the inspiration behind this one? That keeps things alive and exciting. And then because they are limited and they are capsule, gives people a sense of urgency. If I don't get this piece now, there's only a few available, then I'm going to lose out. So I would go about it in terms of capsule collections, limited editions. That is just going to wrap things really well, and it's going to tick these two boxes of people wanting new things, a variety, and then that sense of urgency, sense of exclusivity. Because sorry guys, let me help out a rebel who is lost. Let me help out a rebel who's lost in finding our live class, because this is just what we do whilst we are live. So hold on. Here we go. Inish, I hope you join. So after the capsule collection direction, this is definitely how I would go about it. I would actually spend a lot of time doing pop-ups and in-person experiences, like for people to see the clothes, for people to get together. You know, there's so much of online, and there's so much with online fashion and buying online. But if you are a small business and you're wanting to start a fashion brand, definitely doing these in-person gatherings. Think about themes, think about being really exclusive and intimate, and you can have stylists coming. You can do your reveals of your new collection, like these mini fashion shows where you will reveal the new collection, nice cocktails, nice food. You can bring experts, you can bring guests, like really building this really yummy, delicious community all around each capsule collection. I would really go about it, if that's how I would definitely go about it if I was building my own fashion brand. So to summarize it, because this is such a good question, where is Janina's question here? Janina? To summarize,
yes, Janina.
You want to think about capsule collections, keeps things exciting, keeps people wanting to know what's next. It keeps your brand alive with lots of new collections and themes and variety. And then for each of those collections, you are going to do gatherings, you are going to do pop-ups, and you're going to really bring that community alive and bring that community around your creations. And you're going to add a layer on top of your clothes and your fashion collections. That is probably going to be an emotional layer. Like, you know, what is your brand about? Are you representing empowerment? Are you representing being sassy and cheeky? So then you do everything around being sassy and cheeky, and you bring a performer who's sassy, you know, or you bring a coach on helping women just be more sassy with their like sex appeal. So then you're going to add this like emotional layer around your brand, so that when people put your clothes on, they are having a more elevated feeling than just that piece of clothing. Boom. That was a great question. We're having really good questions.
Good.
I know. I love it. What's the next question, Mom?
Well, Shahrzad is asking
Yes.
how to start building engagement on Instagram.
Oh, the good old Instagram question.
Like Helen Farmer, I have an aversion to LinkedIn, but would like help on how to present myself and my brand.
Okay, Helen, we've got a bestie like you that doesn't like LinkedIn. All right, so how to start building engagement on Instagram? Like Helen Farmer, I have an aversion to LinkedIn, but would like help on how to present myself on my brand. Well, listen, this is always the thing. You either choose to be emotional about how you feel about a platform, like I don't like LinkedIn, or you choose to see the opportunity behind it. Like, hello. So what trumps here? What do you want it to trump? Is it if I go on LinkedIn, and is LinkedIn the platform for you? Because I don't know, because you didn't tell me about what you do, so I don't have context. Guys, when you send me these questions, give me more context. So LinkedIn is great if you want to be in the leadership space, if you want to be in the B2B space, if you want to be in that businessy space, if you want to be around those professionals, if that is your crowd, if that's what you want to, if you want to build more your thought leadership presence, if you want to really connect with other professionals, if you want to be B2B, that's definitely LinkedIn for you. And if you are like, yes, that's for me, that's LinkedIn, but I hate it, two things only. You acknowledge that there's an opportunity there and you get rid of all of your emotional opinion, because that doesn't actually count. What counts is, don't you want the opportunity that the platform gives you? And you choose to say, I'm going to take the opportunity that this free platform gives me, and I am going to learn how to write LinkedIn posts. Oh my God, now you even have Instant Alex that can help you write LinkedIn posts. And I am going to take the opportunity that LinkedIn has, right? But if LinkedIn is not for you, and you want to start building engagement on Instagram, and you want to start building your page on Instagram, then it's going to be about your content. It's going to be about, who do you want to attract? Who do you want to talk to? Who do you want to appeal? What is your vibe? Because your vibe is going to attract your tribe. So you need to create really interesting, varied content. Your content can't be the same. Your content needs to be different. You need to have different types of content, different styles of videos, different styles of carousels. And do you want to be educational? Do you want to be inspirational? Do you want to be informative? Do you want to be entertaining? Do you want all of those? Or what is your love language with your content? Oh, you might be definitely more into educational and inspirational. So you have to have self-awareness of, where do you sit in these umbrellas of content styles? These would be called content styles, right? Inspirational, educational, informative, entertainment, right? These are styles of content that can align with your personality, and it can align with your brand as a product brand, right? You can be all, or you can be a variety. You need to identify that first, and then you need to figure out what content is going to work for you. Is it going to be tutorials? Is it going to be funny? Is it going to be humor? Is it going to be carousels? And that's where your content game is going to play a huge part. But also remember that Instagram is great, but that there's also other platforms out there. And it all starts with you thinking about, looking at all of these platforms. What are the platforms that have the people that I want? If I want to go and, Gen Z, super young rebels, I'm going to go on TikTok. Is it Instagram? Do I want to be on YouTube? Do I want to do YouTube Shorts? Do I want to be on LinkedIn? So what's going to work for you? Great question.
Next question came from Caleb. And Caleb says, I want to be a freelancer and work with clients, but I find it so draining to do one-on-one. But the money is not bad. So what do I do?
Okay, Caleb. Is Caleb here? I've actually been so focusing on answering the questions. I'm not sure if people that have sent me these questions are here. But if you are, please let me know. Caleb, I want to be a freelancer and work with clients, but I find that it's so draining to do one-on-one, but the money's not bad. So what do I do? Then don't do it. I want your fan. Then don't do it. Then don't do it. Don't do it. That's it. You need to decide. You either continue doing something that's going to drain you, and ultimately you're going to hate it and resent it, and you're going to fucking hate it, and then you're going to be grumpy and nobody's going to be around you, or you're going to be a confident rebel and you're going to say, I'm going to pull the plug and I'm going to explore what makes me happier, what brings me more joy, what brings me more fulfillment. Winners always know when to walk away from something. It is a rebel winner's move to say, this does not serve me purpose anymore. This does not help me grow anymore. This is not part of my evolution anymore. Winners know when to walk away. Oh my God, we have one on my t-shirts. Like Lewis, when he left Mercedes and he went to Ferrari. That is a winner's move because he wanted more. He wanted to grow. He wanted a new experience. So if you want to grow in this life, in doing whatever it is the heck you want to do, you have to be strong and acknowledge when something is not for you anymore. Why are you carrying this heavy backpack? Why? When you can decide to say, this is not for me. If you want to grow, if you want this with your life, you cannot be in a place that keeps pulling you down. And you definitely cannot be in a place that is like this. So you just have to ask yourself, do I want to be always like this? Do I want to always be like this? Or do I want to go in a path that helps me go like this? Even if it may be slower at times, and even if it's like not linear, and even if it's bumpy, but at least I'm growing, because that's part of growth, right? So that's a very, very good question.
Well, the next one is also very good. I don't know where it's coming from. There is not a name, but listen. I've had my small business that sells jewelry for many years now in the UAE. But now more than ever, it's so hard. The market is not what it used to be, and my sales are very low. And the marketing is draining me. I don't think I like doing it anymore. What do I do?
Wow, this is a really good question. I've had my small business that sells jewelry for many years now in the UAE, but now more than ever, it's so hard. The market is not what it used to be, and my sales are very low, and the marketing is draining me. I don't think I like it anymore. What do I do? Okay, well, tough. Like, that's, of course, the market is not what it used to be. I've been in Dubai for 17 years. Dubai is not what it used to be. If you looked at the world is not what it was a month ago, a day ago, a year ago. So, I mean, hello. We cannot be complaining. Complaining is negative. Complaining is negativity. Complaining is not wanting growth, not wanting evolution, not wanting positivity. So let's remove that complain parts of the equation because, yeah. Welcome to entrepreneurship. Markets evolve, things change, consumer behavior changes. That's why entrepreneurship is not for everybody. And that's why entrepreneurship is extremely challenging, because consumer behavior is always moving and you have to learn how to adapt, how to innovate, how to create. So that's that. So yeah, the market has changed. And then what was it that she said? And then she said, the market is not what it used to be and my sales are very low and the marketing is draining me. I don't think I like doing it anymore. This is a really simple, straightforward answer. If you don't like the marketing and it's draining you, two options. You are going to hire someone to do your marketing. You could hire me, you could hire a team, and you get people to do your marketing for you if you have the money and you can do that. If you don't have money to pay for people to do your marketing team, then this is not going to be possible for you to continue, because if there's no marketing, there's no business, there's no sales, which is probably why for sure you're not having sales. You're not having sales because sales don't happen magically. I always get really fascinated when, when clients tell me, or like when people tell me like I'm not having any sales, like people be like, Alex, I have no sales. And I'm like, okay, so what are you doing for marketing? And then they tell me, I'm posting a few times on Instagram, and that's it. And wouldn't it just be so amazing if we could all have sales if we were only posting a few times on Instagram? I mean, I would be a millionaire, billionaire, and so many other people. I don't think people understand how hard it is to sell, how hard it is to market, how hard it is to the work that goes into, trying to sell something. So you do have to have marketing, you do have to put a lot of work, you really have to put a lot of strategy and creativity into it. So if it's draining you, like she's saying, and the marketing is draining me, I don't like doing anymore, that's it. That's it. You either get someone to do it for you and they do it for you and you work on the other things you love. If you don't have money for that, then you are not going to continue with this business because you need to go and find something that brings you joy, which brings us back to the beginning of this class, which was all about self-awareness. Having self-awareness. What brings you joy? What do you love? What do you hate? What are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? And then doing something about it, right? If it's draining you, don't fucking do it. Move on. Go find something that you love. Whoo, nice. Next questions. Who is with us? Who is live with me? Who's on my website watching this live? Wait, I have a question here from Maria Angela. Maria Angela, vou falar em português para ti, em especial para ti. Pergunta da Maria Angela: Is it possible for ChatGPT to help organize ideas for a text? The ideas exist, but the production of the book has been delayed for years. Eu adoro esta pergunta. Esta pergunta é muito boa. Absolutely. ChatGPT can definitely help you in putting your book together. Some of the ways that ChatGPT can help you put your book together, you can send voice notes to ChatGPT, straight to ChatGPT. Although I will tell you this, the voice notes to ChatGPT are not that long. So if you are wanting to talk for 5 minutes or 10 or 15, use the audio notes on your phone, and then you can send those audio note files on ChatGPT, and ChatGPT will transcribe it for you. And then you can choose to ask ChatGPT to help you with the grammar, with the punctuation. You can add its style and tonality if you want, and personality. And then ChatGPT can really start helping you organize those sections. It can even help you organize the themes and putting chapters together. I mean, you can literally give it full control. So starting from your voice notes and turning them into texts, and the grammar is polished, to helping you with tone and personality. Once you upload a bunch of those voice notes, you can definitely ask it to help with the structure. Does that story and that story, does that go under one chapter? So it can definitely also help you with the layout and structure of your chapters of your book. It can help you come up with the titles of the chapters. It can then help you with the cover. And then you watch my class, or you go to Instant Alex and you ask, how do I self-publish my book? And OMG, anybody can really publish their dream book. Isn't it amazing?
Yes, it is. I hope Angela understood everything.
Eu espero que sim. A Angela vai perceber tudo, porque agora a Angela sabe como é que ela pode ver esta aula depois outra vez com as legendas em português no YouTube. So I figured out how to have the subtitles, because I've been having people asking me, I need subtitles in Portuguese. So if you want subtitles on a different language, these classes are now as well on my YouTube. Some, not all, but some of them. And so you can watch later again and choose your language settings on YouTube. That was such a great question. I love that. Next question. This we've already answered.
The next question.
We are on a roll. Who is watching? Who is with us? Are you? Let me see who is with us. Dubai Utaku, Confetti, Yabdallah, Khajul, Dubai Events. So awesome. Okay, what's our next question?
It's coming from Ida, and I have a photography business. How do I start? It feels overwhelming.
I have a photography business. How do I start it? It feels overwhelming. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, but we don't want the overwhelming to consume us. Ines, yeah. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, but we don't want the overwhelming to consume us. So it's important that you have found some soothing mechanisms so that you remove the overwhelm. You can do deep breathing, belly breathing. You can do facial ice baths. You can do journaling, and you can start writing down all of the things that you have on your mind, on your to-do list. And then you can start doing a priority list. And then you look at the time that you have on that day. And then you are going to make a plan that matches that time that you have. So, identifying soothing mechanisms is really important for when we are feeling overwhelmed. My favorite is facial ice baths, going for a really good walk, listening to music, dancing, doing exercise, so that you start practicing knowing how to calm. My mom, my assistant on this live class, doesn't even take the sound off her phone. You're a disaster.
So sorry. I was in Cuckoo Land, actually.
If you have a photography business and you want to start, the most important thing that you need to do is you need to show off your skills, your portfolio. So I need you to have an amazing Instagram page or a Behance. Your portfolio can be built on Behance. You can have even a Pinterest page. But the most important thing is that we will be able to look at your portfolio and understand your photography style. What type of photography do you do, so that we can see your talent? Mom, you look so good. I think the filter on this is on you and not me.
Well, I probably need it a lot more than you, isn't it?
So if you have a photography business and you want to start, the most important thing is you need to have a place where people see what you're doing. And then you want to be networking as much as possible. Go to events, meet people. But most importantly, I would like you to outreach to every single person that you know, that you have on your phone, that you have on Instagram. And I want you to direct message them and say, look, this is my portfolio. Here's some of my pictures, or here's my Instagram page. I do amazing family portrait pictures, if that is what you do. I would love to do the portrait of your family. And then you can tell them that you have an offer, or you can even throw in a freebie mini session, so that when you are starting, you are getting access to as many people as possible, so that you are starting to put yourself out there to learn, to get the experience, to build more portfolio. So outreach directly to people that fit your perfect desired customer, it's families or it's cool creative people, and do collaborations as well, but also offer some mini free shoots so that people can experience you and see what you're about. You could also then simultaneously offer some amazing offers. So doing direct outreach is amazing. Telling all your friends that you're starting your photography business, telling your friends that if they have events, you are open to collaborate. Reaching out to businesses, either small businesses or whatever types of businesses that you think will need your photography, and telling them, hey, Alex, I think you should have me for your next event because my photos are so cool, and here is my portfolio. So doing a lot of collaboration so that you are out there will be a really awesome way for you to get out there. That's a good one.
Okay.
Do we have more questions?
Yes, we do.
Woo!
Joanne,
we are on a roll.
Joanne says, I'm currently working in my dad's company, learning the ins and outs, recruiting talent, and looking to bring about a digital change for our company. Don't know where exactly to start.
Currently working in my dad's company, learning the ins and outs, recruiting talent, looking to bring out a digital change for our company. Don't know where exactly to start. Well, I would say one of the most important things here is your dad open to your new ideas, and do you have the space? So does your dad give you the openness for your ideas? Do you have that space? Because that's really important. Because if you are in a place where your dad is not going to be open to the ideas that you want to bring forward. If he doesn't want that growth and that innovation, you might then be wasting your time and you got to move on to someplace else, right? Probably Joanne is young, right? I think, being in your dad's company is great because you want to learn as much as possible. But when if you hit the ceiling of how much you can then learn there? So I would say that if most important thing is your dad open to these new digital social media ideas? Is he open to hear them out? And that's really important. And then if he is, then it really becomes about planning and execution and really deciding to pick one thing that you want to do. I don't have a lot of context, so it's very hard for me to go more in depth, but maybe you've identified that they don't have a good Google My Business page, actually. There you go. Or maybe you've seen that the Google My Business page is really bad. So you say, hey, Dad, let's start with polishing your Google My Business. It needs to, all of this needs to be done. Are you cool with that? And he's like, yes, go do it. And then you run with it. And then you go to the next thing. And then you go to the next thing. And then you go to the next thing. So it's going to be about having a clear idea where you want to start. And maybe there's no really right or wrong because, I don't know, because I don't have the context. I don't know what this company is. I don't know what it is. But you looking at the areas that definitely are falling short. It can be the website presence. It can be the LinkedIn presence. It can be their Google My Business presence. It can be that the last review on Google My Business is a negative one. It can be that, the way they're doing customer service is still really bad. So you're smart enough to be able to do this audit. Make a list of the weak areas or all of the areas that really need a lot more love and a lot more updating. And definitely just start picking one by one and telling your dad, your website looks like it was made during Jurassic Park. Hey, this is how websites are right now. So do you see the difference here? Hello, there's a disconnect, right? It's important sometimes for more of that older generation to see it. I feel that sometimes always helps me when I need to talk with clients that are in a bit more of that older generation. If I show them, this is how websites are now in your industry. Look at that. These are some of the leading forefront websites in your industry. This is yours. You almost don't need to say anything anymore because they see it. So have clear communication with your dad. Tell him that you want to put that talent that you have forward. Identify the weak areas. Make a plan. Start with one. Go do it. Show him. And if he lets you have this space and growth, great. If not, leave. Right?
Okay, the next one is coming from Lisbon. From Cortesia.
Shout out to Cortesia.
Well,
Rebel
she's saying,
OG.
Struggling.
Is she here live with us?
I don't know.
She's
struggling.
Okay.
With figuring out what she really wants to do.
This is so common. And I wish people would feel less about when they feel lost. Like, I know feeling lost sucks. And I know everybody wants to have shit figured out because we do. We want to have things figured out. We just do. We wire that way, right? Oh my God, you really look really good. I think the filter is on you and it's not on me.
You don't need any filter.
I do.
No.
You look really, I think the filter is like on you. Anyway, we've diverted.
Yes.
Struggling to figure out. When you struggle, I really want to simplify this. When you struggle to figure out what you really want to do, it is very likely that it means you have not experimented with enough things to know what you like. Because if you still don't know what you like, it means that you haven't tried a fucking shit ton of things. So you've been afraid, you've been limiting yourself. So you've been limiting yourself to the things you're exposing yourself to. So when you limit yourself, if you're limiting yourself like this, you won't be able to widen the space of options that are out there so that you then know from all of that. One of the reasons that has led me to be so self-aware of what I love to do is really because I spent more than 10 years doing so many different things. I mean, it was interior design, it was journalism. At some point, it was some weird. Remember when I got into this engineering degree here in Lisbon? How the heck did I even get into that? Because I failed maths, right? I've tried so many different things. I was a bartender, I did acting, I did singing. Like the 10 years in my agency world, I went from traditional advertising, learning about branding, and then learning about traditional advertising, like, outdoor ads, and, how to do strap lines and doing logos and branding. And then social media came, and I fall in love with social media. And then I like, let's go into Facebook and platforms and content writing, and then what's strategy and what's analytics. So you have to widen so much your experience as much as possible so that you can develop all of these things inside you, so that you start to know what you like. If you limit your accessibility to experiences, you will be limited, and you will not know what you want and what to do. So we have to go from having limited experiences to widening these experiences. And you know what's the good fucking news is that we're in 2025 and we have access to millions of things that are free online. You can take free online courses, you can do volunteer work, you can go and get internships. There's no excuses. Boom. Yes, that was a good question. I love that.
And you are going to like the next one that
I
is
am.
coming from Natalie. And she asks, how do I deal with clients being condescending?
That's a very good question. No, which I'm trying to see if I can get the comments up in here. Okay, cool. Who is with us? Let's check our live feeds. Who is with us? Bryce Walker, Love Deep, Shmali, Skelda. These names, I'm struggling to say these names. And where is I don't have my website. Let me open my website here so I can see my screen. Need to get like multiple screens one of these days, Mom. So I have like all these screens. Okay. Next question.
How do I deal with clients being condescending?
You don't deal, because you don't take that condescending bullshit, right?
Right.
You place your boundaries. You voice your boundaries. So you have to place a boundary, because if you let them treat you like that, you are saying that it's okay. You are literally shrinking and shrinking and shrinking, and you are like this tiny thing. But we are rebels, we don't shrink. So if someone is being condescending to you, you should voice, and by voicing, it's how you can place a boundary. So boundaries can come in many ways. A boundary can be by voicing it. Well, I can say to you, Mom, I really felt put down by the way you spoke to me. It came when you said XYZ, it really felt so condescending, and I would really love it if you can talk to me in a more positive manner. So I am vocalizing my boundary, right? And I'm communicating that was not okay. Another boundary is to literally not interact with that person and to limit your access to that person. So that's another boundary, right? So how do you deal with a client that's condescending? You will say to your client, let's say her name is Joanna, and you say, Joanna, I really respect our work. I really do enjoy working with you. However, just because I am working with you, it doesn't mean that it's okay for you to talk in a condescending tone with me. It's important that you place the example of a time that person was condescending, because being very evidence-based helps things become less emotional, and it puts in the spotlight the evidence of what happened. So when you say to your client, Joanna, I have a lot of respect for you, and I also want the same respect back, because that's how we honor this relationship. When you spoke to me that way, and then you say what it was said, it really felt very condescending. And in order for us to move forward, it would be super great if perhaps you can say it in a better, less condescending way, so that we can have mutual respect for each other. And you cannot be afraid. We cannot be afraid to talk to clients or loved ones or friends about things that are not right. That's how we honor our power, and that's how we honor our worth. So don't be afraid to speak up when someone has treated you bad. Like in this case, your client is being condescending to you. Don't be afraid to speak up. When you speak up, you honor your power, you honor your truth, and you don't shrink. Oh, I love that. Okay. Wait,
Now,
let me just get my Instagram. Let me just get my Instagram live link up so we can go back being live. Do you want to open one of the windows? I'm frying like a cupcake inside an oven. Oh my God, yes. Okay. All right, let's go back live on Instagram. Inês, Angela, beijinhos, vocês estão aqui em Lisboa.
we have Diksha.
Okay.
And Diksha says, I'm a recent graduate entering PR world. How do I start a successful podcast?
I like this question. Inês, loving to hear what you're saying, reminding me of an interview from 5 sometimes years ago. Remember? Oh my God, Inês, we did. Was that 5 years ago? That was not 5 years ago. Was that foi há 5 anos, Inês? Não, é sério. What's the next question, Mom?
Diksha, she says, I'm sorry, I don't know. I'm a recent graduate entering PR world. How do I start a successful podcast?
It's a great question. Alia, Joan Huatan, De Vasque, Hanoi. Oh my God, Hanoi, Green, Lisboa. We've still not gone to eat in this place, but we need to go eat in this place. It's so nice. It's in Caixodré. So next question. We've got, we should like move more here so we are better. Okay, Diksha, I am a recent graduate entering PR world. How to start a successful podcast? Well, if you are a recent graduate entering the PR world, you are a young rebel. So you need to start your podcast. The way to really have a successful podcast, I mean, and to be honest, this is really for anybody really at any age, but especially when you are younger, right? Your podcast needs to be about shit that you love. What are you passionate about? You know, what are the conversations you want to have? What are the topics you want to talk about? What are the people you want to be hanging out and talking with? Do you want to be doing things? Is it about cooking? Is it about fashion? Is it about conversations? Is it about hanging out in your, I don't know, studio and trying on clothes and talking about fashion trends? It has to be around the shit that you love. It has to be around the passions and the things that you love, because when we talk about the things that we love, we vibrate differently. We vibrate with such a higher frequency energy when we do the things we love, when we talk about the things we love. So when we are choosing about how do I have a successful podcast, it has to be that you love doing it and that it is about topics and things that you really do love, right? Otherwise, people are going to pick up really quickly that doesn't feel true, you know, that doesn't feel real. we can pick up on authenticity very sharp. Because when we are very authentic and we are very aligned with what we do, we vibrate a different level of energy. And when we have that kindness, when we have that, that sort I'm looking for, that sparkle, that intent, that's genuine, that's going to come through. So that's how you will start a successful podcast. Yeah, that's a good question.
We have 2 more questions.
Oh, we're getting to the end of the hour.
Yes, we are. And we have a question that is coming from Australia, from Rick in Australia. And he says, I'm unemployed. How do I ignite the passion and motivation despite challenging times?
Yeah, man. It does fucking suck to be unemployed. It sucks. So, we send hugs to Rick and we're sending sparkles, and it does fucking suck. But you have a choice on, can you stop clipping? That will come through on the audio.
I'm so sorry. I have no idea. It's my nails. Okay, I stand still.
My assistant. Should I get rid of my assistant?
No.
You get rid of you, Mom.
No.
I'm just, you're not going to be I was calling this a podcast. You're not going to be my live class assistant.
Okay, can you answer to Rick?
One thing that we can choose at any point in our life, especially when things suck, we may not control the exterior, the outside. We cannot control if we fucking get fired. We cannot control if someone was shitty to us. We cannot control, the exact moment you're going to get that job offer that you want. But here is what you can really control. You can control the mindset you choose to have. You can control how you choose to see the world. If you choose to see the world in the dark, if you choose to see darkness and complain and being a victim and feeling sorry and that there's no opportunity, I'm a victim, there's no opportunities, or like the self-loathing, like I don't deserve this. What the fuck is that you don't deserve? If we are choosing to see the world from all of those negative lenses, your life will be negative. It will be a long time until you get a job, because the mindset that you choose to have, the outlook of how you choose to see life, is going to dictate how life is going to vibrate back to you. That's just fucking science, right? Do you know how we always have like those people that there's people that we know, they may not be close people, but how we always there's always this person or these people that we know where shit is always happening to them,
Yes,
that?
Yeah.
Whereas those people where it's like, oh my God, shit is always happening to them. Or those people, what about those people that are always sick? They're always fucking sick, right? Or people that are always losing things, shit is always happening to them. I want you to look at those people, and I will bet my bottom dollar that those people, they all have negative outlooks of life. Because when you having that negative outlook, that's the energy you're radiating. You are waking up every day and you are choosing to be a victim. If that's how you present yourself into the world, you want to be a victim and you want to choose to see that there's no opportunity, the world is going to give you that right back, because that's just how the vibration is. What you vibrate is what you will get. So when you choose, even when you are unemployed, when you are in a shit situation, you have to choose to see where the positivity, where is the opportunity, because there's so much opportunity out there. You are unemployed today. You are not unemployed forever if you want to. You are unemployed today. In a few months, you probably will not be unemployed if you choose to be positive and put positivity into practicality. Who can I talk to? Am I spoken to everybody I know? Am I on LinkedIn? Am I on Instagram? Am I looking at job ads? Am I posting job ads? Am I doing proactive work? Am I doing collaborations? Am I developing more skills? Am I trying new things? There's literally zillions of things that you can do to even keep yourself motivated, for you to even be learning and enhancing your skills, for you to even be doing. There will be someone out there that will say yes for you to do some free work on the weekends. Help at the fucking coffee shop. Help at the fucking coffee shop on the fucking weekends, right? Meet people, talk to people, see who your friends that are entrepreneurs. All of us entrepreneurs need help. Hey, you're an entrepreneur, you have your small business, you need help. Do you need help with packaging? Do you need help with delivering? Do you need help with your Excel sheets? So the question was, how do I ignite the passion and motivation despite challenging times? Because you only have two options. You either choose to be in the dark and see negativity and be negative, and then the world will give you negative back and you will be unemployed forever. Or you choose to be a practical, positive, optimist rebel, and you put things into action that are in your control. It is in our control to be positive and to put positivity into action. That is always in our control. So you always have that choice. Challenging times will come and will go. That's life. But how you choose to navigate a challenging times is what defines you. Because everybody shows up good when things are good. Isn't it, Mom?
Yeah.
Everybody shows up good when things are good. But when things get a little fucking choppy, when those fucking waters start fucking chopping and the waves are getting fucking bigger, when the boat is moving, when that fucking boat even tumbles and you're upside down in the water, that's when you see what you're made of. Do you choose to show up with resilience? Do you choose to figure out a way out? Do you choose to still find slivers of light and to say, I will find a way out because I am positive and I'm optimistic, because there's zillions and millions of opportunities that I can figure it out, that I can try. Okay, Rome is getting to the hour. Are we on our last questions?
This is the last
This
question.
is the last question?
But it's coming from Lewis.
Oh my God!
It's not
Is it
Hamilton.
my husband?
It is not Hamilton. I'm so sorry.
Oh.
Well, but this Lewis asks actually, how do I balance succeeding in business and spending quality time hours with close ones?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, all these questions are really good today. How do I balance succeeding in business and spending quality time hours with close ones? You know, I don't believe in balance. So I think I've talked about this a lot. Balance doesn't exist, really. Balance is what works for you. And my mom, your balance is having a very fixed routine. And that's her version of balance. I like routine, but I'm way more open and fluid and spontaneous, right? So my version of balance is different from her version of balance. So there's not one size fits all. So you are going to have to be okay that you are not always going to have time for your close ones, and that you are also not always going to have time for your business. So that's the reality. And you just have to not hurt yourself. Like, don't guilt yourself. So when maybe that Saturday comes that you can't go to the football match with your kids because you want to work on your business, you are going to have to just understand that's the decision you are going to make for that Saturday, and don't beat yourself up for it, and don't be hard on yourself, because if you are going to beat yourself up for it, that's going to hurt you. So you have to be confident in your choices and that you're not going to be able to have it all. So you might go to 5 Saturdays to watch their football, right? And then there's like 2 Saturdays that you have to work. I mean, you worked for years and years and years when I was younger. I'm alive and kicking. So, you know, the balance is knowing that we cannot have it all in equal amounts, being okay and kind to yourself and not beat yourself up, and trying to do your best and having patience. Your kids will grow up to be adults, and when they do, you might have more time for your business, so your business can also maybe wait. If it's a case like my mom, that was not a luxury, because we needed to eat and she needed to bring money so we could like pay the bills and eat. That's that. So if it is a hardcore situation of you actually need to put food on the table and you need to do that work, That's what needs to happen. And you are going to hope that one day your kids will know the story and that they will understand. I think you told me at the time, but what do I remember? I was so little. But, talking to your
But
kids.
at the moment we tell a kid, I am working, explain where you are, why you are there. The kids understand they're not stupid.
Yeah, so I think having really good candid conversation with your kids and telling them, and not hide that from them. This is really bad. It's so noisy, these streets. So this was an amazing question. So the balance is you finding kindness with yourself, knowing you cannot have everything in equal amounts. And depending as well on your situation, maybe you can have more patience and delay more that work. So you spend more time with your kids. If it is a matter of you need money and put food on the table, talk to them, tell them, they will understand because things need to happen. Yeah. Mom, you've just abandoned me. You've left. Is this our last question?
Yes, it was our last.
Oh my gosh, that was an amazing live class of
Yeah.
questions. Thank you for everybody that tuned in, either on YouTube or Instagram or on my website. I know it is the end of July. I hope you are enjoying this summer. Whatever it is that you are doing, are you healing? Are you doing therapy? Are you hanging out with friends? Are you getting a new boyfriend? Are you on holiday? Are you traveling? Are you starting a new business? What are you doing? Whatever it is you're doing, I hope that you're doing it with so much love. And I'm really excited about this new concept, Instant Alex Live. I like that. And maybe I can do it like every week or every other week. That would be really cool. Loved answering the
Do you
questions.
intend to contract me? To have a contract with me? To be your assistant?
Maybe, perhaps. Yeah, you did a good job today. That was really
I
good.
think, yes. I
Did
think
a brilliant job. I love you guys. I will see you on the next live class, which I don't know when it's going to be, but I will post the dates. I will see you on the next live. Thank you for tuning in on LinkedIn or Instagram or here on my website. And I hope that these questions have brought you instant Alex clarity. Okay. I love you. Oh, we didn't have music. No music on this live class. What's wrong with us? Beijinhos, Angela!